Sponsors, the show is hosted in collaboration with Infinity des Lumières, the region's largest immersive digital art centre. They're bringing an immersive journey into the infinity of the universe, focusing on man's fascination with exploring the cosmos.
Now, the digital exhibition in partnership with the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center and the French National Center for Space Studies, paying homage to the UAE's giant leap into space.
And the space adventure takes you from the Guyanese rainforest and into the far reaches of the cosmos, through the solar system and to the galaxies far beyond, to discover the wonders of the universe with its plethora of stars, planets, nebulae and supernovae. The exhibition is available until April 2. But something that's happening much closer, we are very excited. Dubai is going to be comeback city for Djokovic. Novak Djokovic is in town. He's the world's #1 tennis player, and he's chosen Dubai to make his comeback following the Australia vaccine row. We had him at a press conference last night. It was pretty sensational because obviously the world's media attention is on the tennis, and it's on Djokovic. So he left Australia. He left Australia and he's come to the UAE. This is going to be his first tournament. And it was amazing to he's had one exclusive interview with the BBC, but now this was his first press. And he said that he was motivated to be back at Dubai. He's won the title 5 times, and tomorrow in centre court at 8:30, he takes on young Italian star Lorenzo Moretti, who gave him a tough fight when they last met at the French Open.
Now, he said he will go on to tournaments and he can go to, and he's motivated to play the game, but he kind of stuck by his statement last week to the BBC in which he said he will not be forced to take the vaccine. So he's pretty stern on that, and he will be participating in the games where he doesn't need to be vaccinated. And
yeah, he said exactly. He said he can't choose his tournaments now, but he will grab all of the opportunities. That was kind of one of the responses. So he knows that he can't choose his tournaments, but he's going to stand by what he said, which is he's not taking the vaccine. So we will need to, but he said, I just have to follow the rules. Whatever tournament that I'm able to play, I'll try and take that. But he also said, he's super excited to be back in Dubai. He said he has so many great memories on and off the court. He also said Dubai is a hub for tennis. He said so many professional and amateur players are here. They're training here. So it's just a great vibe, a great ecosystem. So he's super excited, super motivated. And some of the questions last night were about his future in tennis. Mm-hmm. And I always I nearly feel for #1 athletes when they are asked about their future. Because it's he's at the top of his game and everyone's like, so what are you going to do after? Yeah. He's still, so the top 4, I think it's Nadal maybe has 21 Grand Slams, and then Djokovic, Federer, Murray, by the way, Murray and Djokovic are playing at centre court today in Dubai. So if you're a fan of the tennis, get up to Dubai tennis today. But anyway, they all have 20 to 21 Grand Slams. Nadal has 1 more, but so he's top of his game.
Yeah.
And the question is, so what's happening after? And surely his focus right now is on making sure he retains the #1 spot. He has, I think, the #2 in the world, could potentially get #1 if he wins the title he's playing. I think it's in Mexico. But it's just so funny. So imagine if you're you're #1 and everyone's like, so are you going to play, or sorry, will you move to something else? And you're like, of course but his response is he loves the game.
Yeah, I feel like it's such it's a very normal, expected question to have, because everyone wants, no matter which field you're in, everyone wants to know your 5-year plan, 10-year plan, what are your future projects. And that's the thing with sports. It's when you're on top of your game, it's so short-lived, right? Just a sportsman's career. So it is an expected question, but at the same time, of course, it's not the most pleasant one to hear. And then to think about oh no, my run is gonna just come to an end any one of these days. So yeah, it is a scary one.
I think when you're in that position, you have to be so polite and dignified, and your responses are probably well planned out. I'm sure Djokovic was well prepped for this interview in terms of some of the questions he got was it mentally challenging to come back after what happened in Australia, and his response, he got kind of asked that, and then there was a follow-up question on that. So he was definitely prepared for that. But in this question, I feel if you'd give kind of a sassy response, be like, #1 in the world. I'm just concentrating on right now. Thank you very much. That's why I'm
Good PR training.
Good PR training.